Have you discovered that maybe your thyroid gland isn't working as well as it should be? Well, this video is for you. I'm going to talk about some of the best tips how to actually improve your thyroid function. And this is something that you may not have thought about before as a connection to what's happening with your thyroid is something called leptin resistance. And leptin is a hormone that's given off by your fat cells. It's giving information to your brain as to how well you're doing in terms of your metabolism, how much fat that you have, how hungry you should be. And the leptin resistance part of this is related to inflammation, insulin resistance, as well as the brain not reading those proper signals from your leptin. And now you become hungry all the time. And this can then downstream have an effect on your thyroid gland, slowing down metabolism, and can then also lead to something like insulin resistance. So my tips here in actually improving your thyroid gland, which actually may be more of a leptin problem than an actual thyroid problem, is to, number one, fix your leptin resistance. Now, I have a lot of different videos on exactly how to do that with a multitude of tips on how to fix your leptin resistance. One little hint here is to make sure that your internal world is in sync with your external world. So the light and dark cycles of the day, this has to do with your circadian biology, your circadian rhythms, and really getting back in sync with nature. Okay, my second tip is to actually support the thyroid gland. So the thyroid actually needs specific things and building blocks in order to run and function optimally. One of those minerals, of course, you may have heard of is iodine. And a lot of us actually have an iodine deficiency depending on our diet, depending on our exposures to things like fluoride or chlorine. Those halogens are going to displace our iodine, and now our thyroid becomes compromised in its function because, of course, we don't have enough of that iodine. So it is something that usually needs to be taken from an outside source. Kelp is a natural whole food source, and different seaweeds to get that natural iodine. Other minerals are also very important, so things like magnesium, potassium, calcium, boron all help with your thyroid function. A lot of these can actually be found in seafood, and one of the reasons why upping your seafood intake, if you can, is a great way to support your thyroid function. Now, another herbal medicine that I love is called Forskohlii. So it helps to optimize your T4 levels and your T3, and that T3 is your active thyroid hormone. It also helps with that iodine metabolism, so really important for supporting that low thyroid. Now, the amino acid tyrosine is really important. It's integral in making your T4 plus that iodine. That is your T4, and of course T4 needs to be converted into that active T3. We need that tyrosine to be able to make that T4. And ashwagandha. Now, ashwagandha is a fantastic herbal medicine. It helps to balance not only our stress and cortisol levels, but also helps to balance our thyroid hormones, but even balances out that insulin and can help with stabilizing blood glucose levels. It does help with balancing our emotions as well, and that's one of the reasons why I love the ashwagandha. Now, taking all of these in combination is something that I personally do to make sure that I'm supporting my thyroid gland and giving it everything that it needs. Now, have you considered that your leptin resistance is actually causing your low thyroid? I want to hear from you in the comments. Have you ever thought about that connection? And for more tips, though, on how to fix your leptin resistance, please check out my video, 10 Tips to Fix Leptin Resistance. I'll see you there.